Hey, what's up guys? Seth forgot to record an intro, so it's my turn. We're gonna be doing the yellow patina truck. We got some switch suspension hood hinges. We're also getting some US mag wheels installed. We also got Sever 2026, new location, bigger than ever. It was a cool one, man. You missed it if you weren't there. Definitely worth checking out next year. Got another Ferrari in here, F436 Ferrari. Bagged that thing, and by we I mean James. New bags, management system, AN fittings that we've been using with all of our installs. You gotta check that thing out, man. It's cool. We got some new universal airbags for our van. Man, I get to drive that thing around, so whenever we get some cool stuff in it, it's always a good time. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and enjoy this episode.
Warning. The stunts in this movie were performed by professionals, so for your safety and the protection of those around you, do not attempt any of the stunts you're about to see.
Yeah, it's got flames. Close.
Alright, I'm out of there.
Man, y'all worried about the long term, bro. We're here for a good time, not a long time, all right? Come on.
Today, working on this 12-bolt rear end out of a 65 Chevy truck. Customer got a new set of wheels. With the width and the offset, they were kissing the outside of his panels when the truck lays all the way down. Narrowing the axle, so we took 1.5 inches out of each side of it. This big heavy bar that I hate carrying passes through the rear end, and that ensures that everything's nice and square. Make sure that your axle tubes stay straight and square while you weld it together.
Come on.
Basically, these rear ends, they take a beating over the years, so they're not usually straight. If people have been welding on them, cutting brackets off of them, everything like that, a lot of times they warp. They change shape as life goes on. You know, old truck bouncing through a field or carrying God knows what in the back of it for the last, 40, 50 years. You end up with a tube that's not quite straight, and rather than have to replace it and get a new axle, you can do something, we end up with a little bit of offset sometimes, like this one has, but fully functional. Everything now is square, so the bearings will still ride true. Things change a little bit as you go from here to here on length too, so the amount of offset may have been less over length, but when you shorten it, it becomes more obvious. This is what he's putting on. So these are much prettier, big upgrade. Yep, out with the old, in with the new,
No matter what auto parts store you go to, we can order it.
Pretty much.
They don't carry anything.
Yeah. We
Called for a 350 Chevy. I had to wait 4 days to get it. It was in bullet. It's crazy.
yeah. My favorite product, the switch hinges that we offer from switchsuspension.com. Definitely need them if you got a C10.
Jason's coming right there. Hey, Jason!
I heard there was free pizza and beer.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I've been lied to. We are at Severed in the Southwest 2026.
Let's go.
Rolling in, looking for a good day.
What's happening? Cat dragged in.
We're all right. Got out of bed finally.
Well, she's been up all morning. She's got to do her
Hair, but
Okay,
the
fair
rest
enough.
of us been up for about 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah!
I feel like if I own this car, my success rate with women would go up substantially.
I don't think it would help.
That's what I think about the Bentley.
I don't even think a Bentley would help you, man. We are out here at Severed in the Southwest 2026 and gonna go wander around, see what kind of cool cars are out here, see what kind of not cool cars are out here. I think it's cool cars and not cool people. The day is great. Weather couldn't be better. It started off a little cold and dark, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Everything's been good. Got in the show good. One cool thing about the Severed show, you always end up with something different. You know, it's not always the same cars. You know, you go to a truck show, it's all trucks. You go to a hot rods, it's all hot rods. But this is just like everybody's here. Bring out your Hummer Roadster.
This guy hates the government but loves lowriders right here.
Always got to appreciate somebody likes it enough to work on it. Someone puts time and money into it.
That's right.
It don't got to be your style. No, this truck here has been, it's been all over the internet. When a guy does a car like this or a truck like this, what it is a good question, because what it is it's his. Because yeah, it may be on a Toyota frame or a Mazda frame or whatever, but that's where it stops. The rest of it is his. He made it, you know, so when they're cut that bad, we stop calling them by Chevrolet or Ford, or it's just his car. It's badass. This one yours? Nice truck, man. I like the chassis work, all the tube work, you know, the over the top, just because. So the airlift will actually, you can program it to change it to a landscape mode, which is really nice for that, because then you can have your switches off to the right or the left. You can decide which way you want it and it'll rotate the screen for you. The coolest part about it is being able to set the truck up where you want it to ride and align it. And every time you hit the button to go up, you go back to your aligned height. You don't wear out your tires as quick. Yeah, AccuAir and Airlift, they both do a really nice setup.
What's your opinion about those push to connect fuel lines?
That's just a vent line.
Yeah, but like, would you use these for your supply and return?
No, they're not designed for that. I mean, for the air and stuff, they work great. We use them on air all the time.
I don't have to say anything. I say what I say. Hey, how's it going, guys?
I'm a bee.
On record right now and known, Jason Campbell, I am gonna wear something crazy to Dino's in November. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna wear something wild. No, if I owned it, dude, this would be the mobile deer blind because it's blaze orange, so you could just drive around and shoot deer in it because it's orange.
Yeah, the guys up front were asking.
I'm kind of always down for a barbecue myself, so.
I walked out into the shop through the break room yesterday, and I passed your brother walking in with a fucking chili dog this long. I was out here for maybe 2 minutes, and I walked back in the break room, and the fucking thing was gone.
I think I ate mine faster than he did.
I gave the guys a to-do list and it just gets done, you know? Look at this shit. We like to keep the shop clean around here. I like to keep it clean around here. And then you see this shit. Hey, what's up with this? That needs to go upstairs.
Show team stuff. With you, the show team.
Hey, AJ, can you help me put this upstairs when you're done? Thank you.
AJ, show them your favorite finger. If you buy fittings, if you buy lift kits, if you buy stuff that we need to bring in just to get it to you, stickers everywhere. Right now, I'm just going through the returns. Every once in a while, we get returns of stuff. Sometimes, super rarely, it's on us. But sometimes it's just warranty and stuff like that. Like this little valve, the manual toggle valve's all messed up. So, took care of the customer. We get the old one back, and then just go from there.
F430 Ferrari. Yeah, so we used a AccuAir E-Level with the AccuAir VT 3-gallon tank, along with some of our mounting bracket parts and stuff, and our wiring kit. And then the strut kit came from Universal Air. It's a Solution Series. And then we use all of our Brown & Miller Racing crimped airlines. So this car here is being laid out to be as low as it possibly can. It's leaving here to go back to another shop. I think Hoagie Shine is actually doing the wide body kit from Liberty Walk on it. So new wheels, tires, huge body kit will lay right on the ground, and then color match everything. And then I believe after color match everything, going for a wrap of a different color. So.
Apparently we're the only idiots that want to go from a push to connect to a -3 line. Today's episode of fun shit that Jason gets to do, I'm making fittings. The current fittings that are available won't do what we want them to do. We need to go from a 3/8 push to connect fitting, very common, to a -3 AN fitting from what we can find. No one in the industry is making this fitting. So determine that there's enough material on these bulkhead fittings, these -6 bulkhead fittings, to make what I need with the handy dandy lathe. First cut we're doing is we're machining off the -6 end to get something a little bit like that. Machining down the other end to the proper diameter for the push connect fitting. We'll be able to take a -3 AN fitting, either straight or 90. In this case, we're going to be doing 90s. It's going to thread into this fitting, give us a nice little compact fitting. Then our line will be able to go on to the AN fitting. Most of our builds now, if we're not doing hardline, we are doing AN-3 lines, braided lines, crimped ends. It's just something to ensure longevity. So where the plastic line, there's nothing wrong with plastic line, does great. But after a while, plastic line can wear. But more than anything, plastic line has to be perfectly straight going into the fittings, or there's a chance that it'll push off to the side and leak. Sometimes in these really tight trunk configurations we're doing, where lines have to kind of come in and bend around a corner, it's very hard to get that line straight long enough so that it doesn't want to pull. The smaller cars, a lot of the import cars that have a very tight spot, we've been doing a lot of the braided line on these jobs now. This is something that we will, we may make down the line and have this fitting in-house, because it is something that we've run into now. Out of necessity comes inventions.
Ferrari flashlight with leather snap straps.
Found out how to open the engine part, but I don't really need to look in there, so can I just see through the glass? I don't really... Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Got the suspension dialed in, all the lines, everything, sensors. Took it out, test drive it. We have our height settings set. Now we're just doing a little bit of put back together. Got to do a little tidy up underneath the hood where everything's mounted, and just some finalize, and we'll be going back to the customer late today, early tomorrow.
Right now the dampening all the way around is set like mid, so it's softer than it was before. Yeah. So he can now decide Do you want to go firmer? Do you want to go softer? It's however he likes, but it rides really good. Full alignment, just so it drives good. I mean, honestly, the steering wheel's pretty straight. It didn't move much from the height it was at anyway. After the wide body's on, probably do the alignment after that, and then we'll adjust the heights too if we need to. I want one now. I did when they were like, I thought they were like 60 to 80 grand. When they were 150 to 180, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm out. Yeah, there might not be a GT3 for me real soon, but someday. Hey, I didn't get after it, but I could tell it felt fucking fast. And I was in 6th gear on the freeway doing like 65, and it was at like 2,000 RPMs,
it was like
dude.
1,800.
I was like, this thing wants to go. Call these prototypes back in the day when we were smoking. now we put them on our airbags.
Bring that shit back, boy.
These are the bags from Universal Air that they sent us to try out on the van, whereas we took a double bellow bag out of it. But the problem that we're having with this plate here, the threaded fitting on the bag itself sits down too low, so you can't run just a standard air fitting because you won't be able to get a hose on it. Now we're trying to figure out what we need for fittings and adapters and whatever to be able to get it tall enough, and trying to use the least amount of connections as possible. So even doing something like this is still too short because of the plate. You wouldn't be able to get it on. And that's just finger tight, and it was already like touching where the plate would have been. So by the time I actually tighten that down, it's gonna sink down another, 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch or so. Trying to work with all the different adapters to get it to be the right height, but also fit underneath, the van itself. So I pretty much got that set up. You're still essentially 1, 2, 3, your 4 connections plus where your line goes in. So technically 5 connections. The bag itself is a 3/8 NPT, and we're running 1/4 inch airline in the van. So I pretty much came up with that setup. So this is actually the front setup, but like in the rear, it would be the kind of the same thing, but this whole piece is all welded to something. So you'd actually be feeding, this would be stationary, and you'd be feeding the bag into it, and then you have to kind of like reach up from underneath to bolt it in. This is tall enough where you can actually snake the bag in around that 90. That'll work. It's still more connections than we want, but in the van that it's going in now, you're not going to see any of this because this plate actually bolts up to the cross member. It's fine aesthetically because it's hidden, and then in the back, everything's up against the body, and none of it's open. You don't see any of it anyway, so it's fine. But in something like a full-on show vehicle where you're showing off like the rear suspension, in the bed and everything else, you're going to see the top of that cross member with the bag bolts and everything else. So the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of fittings, even if you did like AN fittings or whatever that, black or, it starts to look like house plumbing at some point, you know what I mean? So it's being able to just do a regular fitting in the top is the ideal situation. They sent us the smaller bag for the front because the van's kind of a weird setup. So nobody knew if the bigger ones would actually fit in the front. They actually sent us the small ones for the front, the big ones for the rear. Ideally, you'd want to run the bigger ones all the way around because you'll get a better ride out of them and it takes less pressure. So I'm actually test fitting the bigger one now to make sure that it will actually fit. So then they can send us 2 more big ones for the front.